Welcome back to the Cricket Pulse by LGW. I'm George, and joining me is Loy. It's Easter Sunday Eve, and while the rest of the world is hunting for eggs, we've been watching some professional IPL players hunt for boundaries. Well, speaking of Easter, our man Will is currently in Cochin in preps for Easter.
I checked his socials, George, and he's surrounded by about 40 relatives and a mountain of appam and mutton stew. He did send me a voice note saying he's trying to teach his nephews how to bowl like Jasprit Bumrah. And again, how? With a rolled up sock. I was like, oh, well, it just has to be you.
Well, God help those kids. But while Will is in this food coma mode, we've had a massive Saturday of IPL action. Two games, high drama, and some serious shifts in the points table. Let's dive into it for today's doubleheader review. Well, the Arun Jaitley Stadium was rocking. Uh, Delhi won the toss, elected to field, and boy, oh boy, did they back that decision up. Um, it was just fantastic.
Oh, you're right there, George. Absolutely right. Mumbai Indians and their struggles, right? The Mukesh Menons. Mukesh Kumar was lethal at the top. He removed Warwick Hilton and Tilak Varma in the same over, in the third over. And Mumbai Indians were
Yeah.
reeling at 18 for 2. And oh boy, Surya Kumar Yadav back to the rescue with the ever-dependent Rohit Sharma again. Surya again scoring 51 of 36, and Rohit Sharma, a cool and composed 35 of 26. They tried to steady the ship. Sky bought out his trademark sweeps, but DC spinners, led by Akshar Patel, 1 for 22, kept them on a tight leash, mate. It was really nice to see them again try and control MI.
But you know what? I think the first two wickets there by Mukesh, that pretty much sealed the deal for Mumbai. However, remember what I said yesterday. It's as long as they have Rohit, you can never write them off. And again, just the presence of Rohit makes that entire difference. Sky had so much freedom to go and, just let his hair down and possibly unfreeze his wrists and magic shots all across the pitch simply because of the presence on the other end. It's just amazing to have a presence as such in the team. Unfortunately, it wasn't their day, and I called it yesterday all over again.
You did, John. I think you've got this knack of calling these games. And when the games are on, I'm like, oh, no, not again. Oh, not again. Oh, not again. But then again, I think it's fun to watch these games. But again, we told that this is going to be a 200 plus score, right, at the first innings. But then we have to
Yeah.
give you to DC for them to restrict MI because MI just could get to 120, 162. And I felt they were definitely a 41 shot if you look at it. So again, it was good that Naman there came and played a cameo in the end, which got MI to
Mhm.
that 162, but then it just wasn't enough, to be honest, on this track, which was a belter of a track, right? Um,
No, but you know what surprised me? I mean, obviously, both of us, when we were looking up the pitch and all that yesterday, we really thought it's a small ground and it's going to be a flat track. But just, I mean, I was fairly surprised because it was a dual paced pitch. It was turning a bit, it was holding back a bit, and it was two paced pitch. And I was like, ooh, that was a bit of a surprise. Whatever that, I mean, again, the toss was important and they backed the decision. So, all in all, Delhi are on track, but I'm absolutely disappointed with Delhi for not playing Akib Dar
no, no,
again. I just don't get it. What does that boy have to do to play in a game? I don't understand why Delhi does this.
Or someone needs to tell us what's the logic behind it, right? What's the reasoning behind him not being getting a shot at this game? Because it for us as fans for IPL and fans for the game, we just want to see him play. We want to see him how he lives up to the expectation of an IPL game, right? And it just wasn't today, George. But that being said, I think DC again started horribly. Deepak Chahar removed KL Rahul for one in the first over, and again a run out which got Nitish Rana out for a duck. At 7 for 2, Delhi fans were sweating, and I was happy as well, George, because I was like, your prediction is not going to be today. MI is going to win this. But then,
Look, again, I did say watch out for Samir Rizvi. Uh, I mean, he did come back and he did do his tricks. Uh, I think Nisanka, I have to give full marks to Nisanka for that supporting stand there. Almost, he should have got a half century, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. But Samir Rizvi, you beauty, that was amazing. 7 4s, 7 6s. Couldn't get it 100, but at the end of the day, he saw his team over the line. That's what
exactly,
matters.
exactly. And I think, again, George, as we keep saying, right? Mature innings, right? Maturity
Is-
of a player to get into that position when they are down 7 for 2. He didn't start hitting at the start. He played slow.
Yeah,
He played a calculated innings where he was just not going all guns blazing. Patam Nasinka on the other side was hitting, scoring runs, and he played the anchor role. He kept playing. I think after Patam Nasinka fell, he accelerated and perfect way to do that. I think hats off to that lad. I think he's really showing he is one of the superstars this IPL, and again for DC, he definitely is one of those lads who's going to make his name this season again. But again,
yes,
cool,
yes.
calm finish. David Mello 21,
Yeah.
Tristan Stubbs coming in the last, so ensure there's no dramas. And DC romped home in 18.1 overs with 11 balls to spare. So good win, DC. Again, I think
Yeah.
uh, great game. On to the next one, George.
Wha-
Then
Before we go to the next one, I just wanted to say one last thing. I mean, about DC. I think RCB should take note of the fact that if they want to survive the DC scare in the future, um, I think the one man they need to target besides Rahul would be, do you know who?
Samir Rizvi. Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Uh,
So that said, the second one was a cracker of a game. Uh,
it definitely
Went down to
was.
the wire. What a beautiful game. Ahmedabad was buzzing, pretty much a thriller like we anticipated, and a full stadium, amazing crowd, amazing atmosphere, and an amazing game of cricket. What a thriller! What a thriller! And Dhruv Jurel, what a masterclass! 75 of 42. And I am just absolutely impressed at what Jaiswal is producing every game. He's been the sheath anchor, the spine of the team, just mature, stands there, does what the team requires, and boy oh boy, they both just
Abs-
turned on the game.
Absolutely, George. Absolutely. And I think Surya Vaibhamshi can't take away anything from him. He came, he played a quick knock, got the 31 runs. Team was set. He got out, and then Dhruv Jurel and Yashasvi Jaiswal, brilliant partnership. And I think that got them to where they needed to be in terms of that over 200 pass score. It didn't finish there. I think there was some knock which finally Shimron Hetmeyer came and hit in the last as well. But that being said, I think a good score on a big ground, which we did mention yesterday, 210 for 6. And again, I think the bowling side, not a great deal of wickets, but then I think everyone were expensive. I think there was not a single bowler who was less than 9 runs an over. Everyone shared wickets, so I think again, Rabada was 2 wickets, Siraj one, Prasid one, Rashid one. But then I think, yeah, bowling nothing uh, spectacular from them. But then again, I think they were able to try and just get them slowed down towards the end. So that was Rajasthan's innings, George. And do you want to crack on with Gujarat Titans and the heartbreak?
No, I just want to say I was really happy that they picked Siraj. Really happy to see Mia Bhai Siraj, doing his trade. But I would like to see more of him. He's a very good wicket-taking bowler, and I think they should persist with him, and they'll see results. But at the same time, going back to Vaibhav Suryavanshi, had he stayed for at least a couple more overs, I mean, Rajasthan would have packed it home by about 15, 16 overs. But yeah, it wasn't to be. But thank God for Dhruv Jurel. But I still believe that Hetmeyer should be at number 3. Um, let's see. But what you also forget is I wanted to remind you of that Jadeja arm. What an arm. Did you see that once run out? I said that man, at any given point in time in a game, he can affect a change. And today, that run out it cost Shah Rukh Khan. Fantastic. I mean, even Shah Rukh Khan was like, oh, well, I mean, they didn't see it coming. Never test that man's arm. Just don't. He was brilliant. Brilliant.
Absolutely, absolutely, George. And I think if you go back to, again, GT's innings, they didn't have their captain today. They didn't have their captain. We were talking a lot about Shubman Gill, making sure he's going to have a good knock today, but then he wasn't keeping well. So it was Rashid Khan who had the captain's
That-
armband on him. When we say armband, again, we say football, but then, yeah, again, he had the role of the captain today. Uh,
Mhm.
Again, Sai Sudarshan turned up today. Beautiful knock, 73 of 44. But the RR bowlers were disciplined at the death, and I think that made the difference, right? Uh,
I think,
there were good, George.
no, sorry. I think captain almost saw them home as well. I must say, I'm more um, impressed with Rashid's captaincy than that of Shubman Gill. And again, it's no reflection to my feelings towards the player. Uh, but if Shubman was in the touch that we saw him in the last game, it would have made a difference. I think his batting flair was missed, but not his leadership flair. But that being said, um, the last 2 overs, I mean, Jofra Archer's penultimate over and Tushar Deshpande with with the final over, absolutely
Absolute.
spectacular. It
You
was,
bet. You
yeah,
bet.
it-
Uh, because again, I think they just needed 15 runs. I know they were 7 down, but you had
yeah,
Rabada and Rashid both were scoring at more than 150 runs, 150 strike rate. And I think
mhm,
when you get closer to these games, 2 overs is not a big deal. I think 15 runs in the last 2 overs is a piece of cake. But then the penalty over by Jofra Archer was beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and I think that kind of
yeah,
sealed the game. But then Tushar Deshpande as well, I think nerves of steel, mate. Last over,
fantastic.
11 runs to win, and he absolutely did a beautiful, beautiful over.
It was a fantastic over. That said, that was my prediction number 2 for the day.
2 on 2, 2 on 2, George. Anyway, let's hope the next games there is going to be a change in terms of what we predict, or in terms of who wins. Uh, and I
Tomorrow's
think
double header is very, very interesting. I know at least one of them we won't differ in our opinion. I know one of them we both are going to choose the one team. But let's talk about the other one. The first one, SRH and LSG. What do you think?
definitely a battle of contrasting fortunes, right? SRH is flying high
Yeah.
after the last game, while LSG is looking to find their rhythm. It's the first game was not great, so I think hopefully LSG will be looking to try and step back into the game to try and win it. Because again, I think after the game, I think we would have noticed it, George. Wasn't a great situation for Pant. And again, sometimes it makes you wonder, why can't these be done in closed doors? If an owner try and belittle his captain and the coach and have a go at them, is not great.
You
Hopefully,
see, there's an adage that we speak about: money can't buy you class. Some people have money, but you can't teach someone class. And I'm sorry, but Goenka, I'm really disappointed and disgusted the way he plays, where the way he treats his teammates. It is ridiculous, disgusting, and I think he needs to somebody, at least IPL authority, needs to step in and tell him if he wants to speak to the players that way, he needs to do that behind closed doors. The the playground, the pitch is not the place where you do that, and it just doesn't send out the right signals. Those players are not slaves.
yeah. So again, I think you'd seen this with Cahill Rahul as well, George. It's happened to him. Goenka did the same, and Rahul just got out of there because I know that's not a healthy environment for any player to be tried to put on the bus, and again to be have had a go at in front of the entire world, right? I think, and that same thing is happening with Rishabh Pant right now. Hopefully that changes, but then Goenka needs to stop, definitely.
No,
But coming back to the game,
honestly, it's yeah. But I'll tell you what, honestly, it's disgusting, and no player deserves to be. You can win some, you lose some, or you win all of it, or lose all of it. I don't care. You don't do that. If you own the team, there's a defined role. You need to stick to that role. You can't talk to the players that way. They are not your slaves, and this is not the Renaissance era or something where you own a set of slaves and you can just come in and tell them what to do. No, they're professional cricketers. So show some class. I mean, which he doesn't have, but maybe some respect at the least. Yeah,
exactly,
let's just move on
exactly.
to the game.
Yeah, that being said, I think last game's heroes, Nitish Kumar Reddy, who was the player of the match, I
Yeah,
think we're looking forward to him to try and come back and perform the same way. And again, for LSG, I think Nicholas Pooran remains the man who can turn a game. I think, as we said last time, George, I think he needs to be at one down. He needs to be coming in after the openers, one of the openers get out. And I think, again, we need to let Markram and Mitch Marsh open if LSG are playing first, and Rishabh Pant needs to step down a bit more in terms of his position of playing 4 or 5. I think that's up for him where he needs to be. Opening is not his cup of tea, to be honest. He's a great player, but then I think we should let the player who's been performing in those positions play, and I think LSG can turn things around. So that's definitely what I would say, George, in terms of LSG. Uh, Uppal is a graveyard for bowlers in Hyderabad. The pitch
it
is
is.
flat, the boundaries are decent, and 200 is often the benchmark in Uppal as well. So hopefully we can see some big scoring game tomorrow as well.
No, I think I won't be surprised if that's dual paced as well. But that being said, I think you're bang on about right about the opening for um, LSG, and I would like to see Rishabh Pant in down number 4 or 5, simply because, as far as I mean, whilst I agree with you on the opening, I think the number 3 has to be sealed with Puran, and I'm pretty sure Pant will do well, even if he opens or at number 1. But it's what the team needs, right? It's not what is right for Pant, and I really think as a leader, he will do really well at number 4 or 5. He'll give the team a cushion to go out and express themselves, especially Puran. And if that when they get going, and it's actually a lethal opening partnership if you look at it. And then Puran coming at number 3, the 3, even if one of them fire right on the day, they can take the game away. So I really think Pant needs to think about that. The think tank needs to think about that, and that would be a very interesting game to see.
No,
But on the
definitely.
other
I think
hand,
again we can't just forget about what SRH scorers as well, right? I think they've got a
Yeah.
brilliant squad. Ishan, Travis Head, Abhishek Sharma, Clarkson. So I think again, it's a pretty heavyweight encounter tomorrow, and I think it'll be fun to see who turns out at the end of the game. In terms of predictions, George, who are you going with for tomorrow?
So I go with LSG if uh, the batting order is what we spoke about. But if they go back and they're gonna stick with punt and I think I mean, if the batting order is what it was the last time, I'm going with SRH. Uh, but if they rejig that batting order, if 1, 2, 3 is as we discussed, and then I would say LSG. So it's like a conditional choice uh, that I can make. But I have a feeling that um, if LSG can target Abhishek, it will be good because I have a feeling on that pitch, Abhishek loves that pitch. He might just take off, and if that happens, well, it's game over.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think I'm going with SRH because again, I think I feel they've got the balance side, so I'm thinking it's going to be SRH for me tomorrow. And again, I think let's see, George, if the batting order comes as per what we've talked, I think you're going LSG. If not, then I think you're going with SRH as well.
Yeah, correct.
Cool.
But let's move on to the game. So the Kaveri Derby. My God, it's going to be fireworks. Um, Very difficult. That's one fixture that can never be predicted, and which has historically been dominated by the yellow side of things. But that being said, a lot has changed. The yellow side is in transition, but the player to watch out for would be Sanju Samson. He's got 2 low scores, and that happens to be is one of his favorite hunting grounds. And he might be someone to look at. And I think Mathre will also be need to looked at. Obviously, Dubé. I'll always say Dubé is one person to look at. And another X factor in that game would be Safraz because he knows that pitch like the back of his hand. And those 4 factors will be very, very important to curtail for RCB. But as far as RCB is concerned, we have the king. And he's just gonna walk into his fortress and do his thing. And I'm looking and hoping, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to see a masterclass from him again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely, George. I think it's an interesting game for me as well because again, we love RCB. We've been following RCB for 19 years now, and for us, RCB is any team. RCB is top of any team which comes to us. Again, it's our hunting ground. We would want to win. The crowd, the atmosphere in Bengaluru is just cannot be replicated in any other ground for me. Honestly, I think that's the kind of energy that the crowd bring in. And again, I think
it's the
it's
place.
always
It's the place. It's
it is.
Bangalore.
It
It's
is.
just
Aish Masve had a good outing against RCB the last time, and again, I think hopefully we don't let him get away with anything this time around. Again, we've got a great set of bowlers. We've got Duffy, who's just come off an amazing game against SRH. We've got some great lads with the spin department as well. So I'm hoping that we're gonna make sure that CSK are not going to get away that easy from our home ground. The ground is small; it's a flat deck, so expect a carnage. A lot of neck exercises for the crowd in the stands. But then I think again we've got Kohli, who's in his great nick. We've got Bethel, and I'm hoping we can see Bethel tomorrow. We missed him out in the first game. I'm hoping to see Bethel again, our boy, play the game tomorrow. And it's going to be carnage, George. If they get going, it's just going to be absolutely amazing. Uh,
But a lot has changed from for RCB in the last 2, 3 years. Okay, and one of the biggest changes, the management, the think tank, uh, the coaching staff, and it's become one of the most organized and the best structure in the IPL, because it was by far one of the worst in for the first decade and a half. But in the last 3, 4 years, they've just got things right. And the X factor in all of them, and I'll tell you, is Dinesh Karthik. With DK in the dugout, I think that's the biggest worry for Chennai, because that man, boy, oh boy, he, ever since he's stepped into that dugout, in fact, even when he was batting for us, uh, he's changed the whole
Outlook, yeah.
team. Yeah, it's not just how to even the relationship, the way how cohesive the team is, and the way they look at things. There's a fresh outlook. They just go out and have fun, but at the same time, everybody's clear on what their requirement is and what they need to do, and that is so refreshing and so good to see. And I'm calling it
Exactly.
for a double for RCB, a good defending. But in saying that, I know one game at a time. This one, I'm definitely calling RCB, but I do feel bad for CSK and their
CSK.
fans. I'm just saying we've had rough times as well. Just keep supporting your team. Uh,
Yeah,
Things will get
exactly. I
better.
think again, going back to the backroom staff, George, I think Mo Bobat, who's the director of cricket for
Oh, but
RCB, I
yeah,
think he's just been
done a
outstanding, right? I think
fantastic.
he's fantastic job, and that shows again. Again, I think with me as well, George. I think it's going to be RCB because again, I any team.
Obviously.
Any team, it does RCB. But that being said, I think George, I shared a reel, a funny reel with you today in terms of two players from Chennai Super Kings, Karthik Sharma and Prashant Veer, they cost
Mhm.
about 13 crores each, right? So about 26 crores. And if you look at our team, Phil Salt, um, Tim David, Romario Shepherd, Jacob Duffy, Jacob Bethel, all of them together and Josh Hazelwood together do not cost us 26 crores. So you've got a team over here with outstanding players who's within the 26 crore bracket. And I think they've got Karthik Sharma and Prashant Veer, two young lads. Hopefully they can step up soon. If not, I think again they're going to be under a lot of pressure for the money they've been bought by Chennai Super Kings. So again, just a funny thing which I did see today. We were looking at money and money involved in the Premier League in the
IPL.
IPL.
Yeah, no, thanks for that. But I haven't looked at the reel. I will have a look at it. Sorry, I mean, because I had I was busy. We had some family gathering and all that. So I haven't looked at it. I haven't had the opportunity to. We'll look at it. But that's an interesting stat. I mean, I didn't know that. But in saying that, that's exactly what I was talking about, getting the back room and the think tank right. We struggled for the greater part of the 1.5, almost 2 decades. But the last 3 years, things have changed. I really wish we still had AB in this team with this think tank. It would have been orgasmic, to be honest. But 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 nonetheless, absolute class. I mean, well, beyond that, we've got Virat, and I would trade nothing for that. I would
Yeah.
trade nothing. Just so happy that the king has been with us for 2 decades, and he's gonna be with us for at least another half a
Just,
decade. Uh, he's still hungry,
hopefully
and
he's
I just want him to get another 5 titles at the least.
fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Touch wood, George. Anyway, I think that's it from us today. Again, I think we are going with SRH LSG win, RCP win. Let's see what the results are going to be tomorrow. And
But wait, wait, just a correction. I didn't say LSG. I said LSG conditionally on the condition that they change their batting order. But if
yeah,
not,
yeah, George.
SRH
Conditions
is
apply. Conditions apply.
yeah,
Conditions.
yeah. If not SRH.
Uh, so yeah, that's it from us today. Hopefully, all our viewers who are watching, um, a great happy Easter to all of you tomorrow. Enjoy a great time with your family. And Will, buddy, enjoy your Easter lunch. Enjoy time with your cousins, and hopefully get on the pod, mate. Get on this pod soon. And to the rest of our subscribers, keep sharing your love, keep commenting, keep liking, keep sharing, and keep subscribing. Uh, that's it from me.
Hang on. Before you say goodbye, let me just say that Will is not getting on the pod tomorrow. He's going to be too drunk for it. So, from my end as well, Will, happy Easter, buddy. Obviously, we'll get on the phone. And to all our viewers, a very happy and blessed Easter. Cheers, everyone. Keep the pulse racing. Adios, amigos.
Signing out. Good night.